Hello, Roddy, Mike here. Welcome back to another card review. Alright, let me quickly explain everything. So, I've been on vacation and I just arrived today. I just unpacked and I couldn't do my normal long ass reviews, sadly, because I love doing this. So I'm gonna do a very quick, rapid fire review with a system of like giving cards a 1 to 5. 1 being really bad, don't play them, or like just like bad. 2 is not that great, but having them in your deck if you have synergy could work, right? And then you have uh, 3 stars, which is a pretty good card. You could take it out or you could leave it in. Either way, it's just gonna help your deck out and you a lot, and you would not feel bad for taking it out, right? 4 star is just very good card that goes in like almost every deck. It's just a very good solid card, don't want to take it out. And 5 stars is a deck defining card that's just like completely amazing. Alright. Also, my computer already crashed while recording this, so it's up to a very good start. Right, Faithful Looming, 1 mana 1/1 mech, battle cry with a friendly mech +1/+1. I think it's a better accurate veteran. I'm gonna give it this a 3 star. If you're like curving Mecharus and you have like good mechs, just like a 1 mana 2/2, and it gives that 1 health is very important for getting good trades early on with your mechs. So yeah, I just think it's a very good solid card. Mecharu 1 mana 1/1, Death Rattle summon 1/1 Joey bot mech. I think it's a 4 star. I think it's like Argent Squire. It's just another good card for like a mid-range deck or an aggressive deck to just have in, even if you don't have mech synergy. Just an amazing card. Yeah, it's not much to say about it. Just good aggressive card. Skaterbot 1 mana 1/1 mech magnetic rush. I'll give this a 2 star. Having it in your deck, just like a 1 mana +1/+1, like Faithful Lumi, instead of getting a 1/1, you get a rush, which Faithful Lumi is better just because you get a 1/1, but the rush effect is not that bad. Making one of you, like playing a mech and then giving it a rush and getting like a very good trade right away without your opponent being able to do anything about your creature, that's pretty strong, right? But still only 2 star because it's sometimes a 1 mana 1/1 rush, so it's like 1 mana deal 1 damage. Ugh. Goblin Bomb 1 star, 1 mana 0/2, therefore deal 2 damage to enemy hero. It's just like you want, like if you want Goblin Bomb synergy, you play cards that give you Goblin Bombs. You never play the actual card. Upgradable Fairy by 2 mana 1/5 mech. This just because this card has so much stat value and it's amazing with Magnetize, and it's also just a 2 mana 1/5. I'll give this one a 3 star. It's a very strong card, but not necessary for mech decks, right? I think it's a very solid. War Glider 2 mana 2/1. Whirly Glider 2 mana 2/1 is where it crashed. Battlecry summon a 0/2 Goblin Bomb. If you're in the if you have like Goblin Bomb synergy, I think it's like a 2 star. It's not that great, but if you really go hard with the Goblin Bombs, you don't play the Goblin Bomb, you just play Whirly Glider. Just because you get for 1 mana you get a 2/1. That's pretty good. It's decent, depends how good Goblin Bombs are, but it's kinda fun. Toxicologist 2 mana 2/1, Battlecry give your weapon +1 attack. There is the Buccaneer, is the 3 mana 2/4 combo, give your weapon +1 attack. I think that's... It seems a 3 mana 2/4 pirate. Although it does require combo, it's a 2 mana 2/2. Problem is you can't like curve this in anything. I guess with like Candle Shot that would be pretty good. It's decent. I don't know if it's a 2 or 3 star card. I don't know. It's 2 mana 2/1. And usually it's gonna be a 2 mana 2/1, deal 1 damage to 2 minions or deal 2 damage to the enemy face. That'll be okay. I think I'm leaning more in the 2 star category. I don't think the Buccaneer is that impressive as well, so I think it's a 2 star card. Cloak Skill Chemist 2 mana 1/2 Stealth Divine Shield. Very poor stats. You pay, but I don't think it's worthless. It's because it's a Stealth Divine Shield card. You can play it on board. It just sits there. Your opponent just plays their creatures, and then you can like slap a buff on it or like put any sort of buff on this card, and then gets you a very good trade. So it's not worthless. I think it's a 2-star card. I wouldn't call it like just outright don't play because there's no reason for it. You can be a bit sneaky with it and be okay. Spring Rocket, 3 mana 2/1, battle cry, deal 2 damage. This is infinitely worse than the 3 mana 2/1 the Katoon Chosen. I think that's a card, or no, I don't remember it, but that's a really good card. There's the 3 mana 2/1 Divine Shield Charge, that's also infinitely better than Spring Rocket. But I think so. It's like a 2-star card. It's not worthless. A 3 mana 2/1 deal 2 damage is decent. You can ping something off. It's not bad. Electrolyte, 3 mana 3/3. Battle cry if you're holding a spell that costs 5 or more. Gain +1/+1. It's a 3 mana 4/4. And if you don't have that in your hand, it's just 3 mana 3/3. I can't like. Cloak Scale Chemist has like more synergy than this card. Like this is just a 3 mana 3/3. Like Border Glider has like more synergy and more potential than Electrolyte. Just like even if you have a 5 cost in your hand, it's just a 3 mana 4/4, which is good. But if you don't have it on curve, who cares? And if you have like spells that cost 5 or more, they're pretty heavy spells. But we're talking about constructed here, right? I'm not going into arena. I just don't see anywhere, like even if you're like running like big cards, just a 3 mana 4/4. Like even I am pretty like lenient on these cards. I think it's been like it's 1. I think it's a 1. Don't see it. A Bronze Gatekeeper, 3 mana 1/5 Magnetic Taunt is a 2-star. It definitely has potential. Baseline is just a 3 mana 1/5 Taunt mech, which you would never play. I don't think you would ever play. But the Magnetize effect gives it some pretty good potential. 3 mana, give me a +1/+5 and Taunt. That's a bit more appealing, but still 2 stars. Kaboomba, 3 mana 2/2, Death Rattle, deal 4 damage to random enemy and mech. It doesn't have Magnetize, so it's just a 3 mana 2/2. Volatile Elemental was a 1-star and was an elemental. And being an elemental, I think is more important than mech because it gives you the elemental synergy. There are way more impactful elemental synergies. Putting Magnetize in this card is just kind of worthless. It doesn't do anything if you magnetize it. Just a 3 mana 2/2, and the Death Rattle most of the time is not great. I think there are better cards that have a Death Rattle that deals something, and just playing a 3 mana 2/2 is not good. 1-star. Microtech Control, 3 mana 2/1, Battle Cry, summon 2/1/1 Microbots. Just because the Microbots are mechs, those have a bit more synergy. Also, it's a 3 mana spawn 3 creatures, so you have like from 0 board, you can create a pretty big board. So I give this a 2-star. Okay, 2 stars. You have potential. Brainstormer, 3 mana 3/1, Battle Cry, gain 1 health for each spell in your hand. So this kind of goes to the vein of Electrolyte, where a 3 mana 4/4 is pretty good. This a 3 mana 3/5 or a 3 mana 3/6, 3 mana 3/7. Those are pretty good. But you're running spells. If you're running a lot of spells, they're usually board clears or value or removal. Playing a 3 mana 3/7 like a control deck is just like, what's the point? Like even if you play them and the effect goes off, it's still meh. Like still doesn't have synergy. Like it's like the card is like not bad, but for constructed like with the synergy it has no potential. Meh, 1-star. Coppertail Imposter, 4 mana 4/4 mech. Battle Cry, gain stealth until your next turn. So baseline is pretty bad. 4 mana 4/4 stealth that lasts only 1 turn, but it's a mech and works extremely well with magnetic effects. And in an aggressive mech deck, It's pretty good just because you can curve into war gear, and that card is pretty damn good. So I think I see it in aggressive mech deck. I think it's gonna be a 3-star for me. I definitely see potential in it. I'm a bit skeptical. Exploitator 4 mana 3/2. Battlecry summon 2/02 Goblin Bombs mech. 2-star. Just like the Whirly Glider, it's really not that great, but it does have some pretty cool synergies and it could work out. So just because by itself, if you just play it, it's not that bad, like the Brainstormer or the Electrolyte or the Kaboom Bot, right? It's not that bad if you just play it like that, just because if the opponent clears your board, they stay 4 damage, and it could have synergy. So I kind of like it. 2-star. Piloted Reaper 4 mana 4/3 mech. Default summon a random minion from your hand that costs 2 or less. Even though it's infinitely worse than Piloted Straight, is a 4-star card. In my opinion, it's not a 5-star, but a 4-star. This is a 2-star. It's not that bad. It's 4 mana 4/3. If it gets killed, you won't have like some good 2-drop cards, right? Like you kind of curve. You curve 1, 2, 3, and 4, and piloted Reaper. And if you have like another 2-drop in your hand, if you didn't get to curve it, they kill this, and you get a very good 2-drop instead of getting like a random 2-drop that could be bad. Even though the party is better, infinitely better, you could play some 2-drops that usually have. Well, there's a 2 or less that could have disadvantages. So I can wall the Valdir, the 1 mana 2/4. You could play like Corner Sentry, get 2/6, get Dirty Rat, another 2/6. So it has potential. It's not horrible. It has some good potential. Steel Rager 4 mana 5/1 rush mech. It's 4 mana, deal 5 damage. The fact that it's a mech, you don't want to buff this because it's gonna go in and die. Still a 4 mana 5/1. My problem with this card is just like it has no synergy. Like I give this a 2-star because you can kill like some early creature and you still have a 2/1 that can contest the board. This is you're using this a 4 mana deal 5. Is that ever? If you're running a mech deck, you never run this because it doesn't have mech synergy. Because the way mech synergy works, you play a card and you magnetize things on it. So you want a board control deck. So if you're running this, why not run a spell that deals damage or wave clears or board clears? Oh my! Stop saying wave clear. I don't see you ever putting this in your deck. 1-star. Work here. 5 mana 5/5 mech magnetic. I think this card is amazing. If you don't have like any mechs, 5 mana 5/5. If you have a mech on board, is a 5 mana +5/+5. It's a better Blessing of Kings because Blessing of Kings sometimes is dead. So it's a very good buff. That also is a minion. I'll be bold on this one and give it 4 stars. I think it's just like a very good card that you could just like mech deck. You slap it in, just like you have like just a couple of mechs. Work here, put it in. Just a very good card. And it works with the Copperhead Imposter. Rusty Recycler 5 mana 2/6 taunt lifesteal mech. Now this is a bit better because magnetizing things on this card makes it like a very big lifesteal creature. So I give it 2 stars. It's because you can actually do like a bit more with it, and it's not worthless by itself. It's gonna be a long video, boys. So yeah, I don't think it's worthless. It could have some synergy, and if they run like 2 creatures in it, you still get like 4 health, 5 mana. It's like the Apple Bomb, right? Which Apple Bomb is better. That Apple Bomb is like a 3 or 4-star card. That's why this is like only a 2-star. This has like some synergy with max synergy. Right. Yeah, makes sense. Damage Takedown 6 mana 5/12 mech taunt. Battlecry deals 6 damage to this minion. This is not worthless. It's a 2-star because you can like heal it up. It's pretty good if you heal it up. If you bring it out of your hand, it's a 5 mana 5/12 taunt. So that'll be pretty good if you can bring it out. So it has some potential. Like be like a good turn, I guess. Bulldozer 9 mana 9/7 Divine Shield mech, a 1-star. This is just like you never play this sort of card that like a very big card that doesn't have any like more interesting effect. Like if you could bring it out damage Stegodon is better because it's a 512 and it has taunt. It's like this card kind of, why would you play it? Right? Like, what's the point? That's nothing. Spark Engine, 2 mana to 1, mech Battlecry, add a 1 mana 1/1 Spark with Rush to your hand. The Spark is an elemental, and I'll give this 2-star just because it works well with hand buff synergy. Like you can buff the Spark, it's a 3 mana, like 2/2 with Rush, 3/3 with Rush, and like however much. It's discard fodder if you like that sort of things. Yeah, it has some cool synergy and it's not worthless by itself. Unpowered Mauler, 2 mana to 4, can only attack if you cast a spell this turn, 1 star. Why? I hate these cards. Why would you ever run them? They are never good in constructed. Ever. They're never good. Like even if you have a lot of cards, it's just like, why? No, 1 star. Bad, don't play it. Galvanizer, 2 mana, 1/2, Battlecry, reduce the costs of mechs in your hand by 1. So standalone, it's a 2 mana 1/2. Like if you hit on 2 cards, it's already pretty good. Like on turn 2 you have like some big mechs in your hand and you're like, alright, Galvanizer. You have some garbage on turn 2 that can challenge the board in some way. And then you have like your big mechs costing less, so you can combo them together with Magnetize, can bring them earlier. This is not a 0 mana 1/2, this is a 2 mana 1/2 that brings your mechs earlier. It also works with Mecha Katoon, right? So I think this card is pretty good. I think it's a 3-star. I don't think you can add it in any mech deck, or maybe you can, but in like a very aggressive deck you don't put it in. It's just like a 2 mana 1/2, right? Replicated Menace, 4 mana 3/1, mech magnetic Deathrattle, summon 3 1/1 Microbot. This card is very good. It's not as good as War Gear because when you play standalone it's not that great, so I'll give it 3 stars. It's not that, like, it's standalone not that great, but when you put it on something it's like you give it 1 health so you could survive a trade, or maybe like bring it up from 1 health to 2 health so it doesn't die to a ping, or like some 1 damage AoE. It gives it 3 attacks, so it's a pretty good aggressive card, and then when it dies you summon 3 Microbot. I think this guy is pretty good, 3 stars. Giggling Inventor, 5 mana to 1, Battlecry, summon 2 1/2 mechs with Taunt and Divine Shield. Just like the 3 mana to 1 response to Microbots, this card is better. This is a 3-star card because it gives you such an amazing board just with 1 card. It adds so much value with only 1 card. It's like good for aggressive decks, for control decks, for like mech decks. It's like 3 stars, it's like very good solid card. I don't know if it's because you still like to get a 2 Annoyatrons, but you have a 2/1. The 2/1 doesn't do that much, and with like 1 AoE board clear with like a Whirlwind, this card becomes kind of worthless. I don't want to rate it 4 stars, so yeah. Spark Drill, 6 mana 5/1 Rush, Deathrattle, add 2 1/1 Sparks with Rush to your hand. Now this is like it's better than the Steel Rager, just because Steel Rager is just like 4 mana deal 5 damage without any sort of synergy. You need synergy in constructed, right? You can't play just like card with stats. You need to have something to it. So the Spark, I'll give it 2 stars just because. So you just play it, you deal 5 damage to something, and you get the 2 Sparks with Rush to your hand. Again, you can hand buff them. They have elemental synergy, so that's kind of cool. So it has something going to it. Mechanical Whelp, 6 mana 2/2, Deathrattle, summon a 7/7 Mechanical Dragon. If you activate this, the Deathrattle of this card is very good. So like play that, and the other thing is just because you spawn a 7/7, and I give it 3 stars just because the synergy on this card is quite amazing. With like the Necrim Vial from World, it can do a lot. Just because, so it has amazing synergy when it works. And it's not that horrible standalone. I'll give it 3 stars. Missile Launcher, 6 mana 4/4 mech mana. At the end of your turn, deal 1 damage to other characters. 3 stars. Have some pretty good fate on this card just because it works with poisonous to kill everything. You can like put it on like your 1 mech. You can like constantly get good trades out of it. You can have like some self-harm synergy if you want to. I think this card is pretty good. Arcane Dynamo, 6 mana 3/4, battlecry, discover a spell that costs 5 or more. It's 2-star. Playing a 6 mana 3/4 is very weak. Like 5 mana 6/3 is infinitely better than discovers a spell. This does discover a specific spell, 5 or more. So that you should have a specific spell that costs 5 or more is gonna be very like good. But just because it's a 6 mana 3/4 is gonna be like a hard sell for a lot of people. Again, 2 stars. But this is like a more 2.5. I don't want to call it a 3-star, but it's like more 2.5. Crystallizer, 1 mana 1/3, battlecry, deal 5 damage to your hero, gain 5 iron. So 1 mana 1/3, good baseline. It's a 1 mana 1/3 that allows classes that heal to actually get some value out of your healing. Because sometimes you have like excess healing, and that's kind of bad because it lowers the value of like your hero power or your cards. So that's good. And it works well with self-harm decks that won't take damage, with like Warlock. Right? So yeah, 3 stars, very good card. Augmented Elect, 3 mana 3/4, whenever you shuffle a card into your deck, shuffle in an extra copy. Beast, 3 stars. Like this is a 3 mana 3/4, so it's infinitely better than this garbage, and it has a very good effect. So you can play it on turn 3, have a 3 mana 3/4, challenges aggressive things on the board, and you get an effect that can be like game breaking in some of your cards if you're like very like, yeah, I love it. I just love it. Good card. 3 stars. We're playing Spianta, 4 mana 4/3 mech, death threat at a random legendary into your hand. It's very slow. 4 mana 4/3 that can die to like a Frostbolt or like some 1-drop that got buffed, like a Direwolf Alpha, and this dying, it's horrible. Like it's horrible tempo. Against aggressive deck discards, it's unbelievably bad. At least the like the Shredders, even though they died to some like 1-drop or 2-drop, they got some garbage on the board, right? This gives you a legendary minion, which can be amazing or just bad. So I give it 2 stars. It's not 1-star material, but it's a 2-star. Like it could work in some decks, in some metas. Omega Defender, 4 mana 2/6 stone, battlecry, if you have 10 mana crystals, gain 10 attack. 3-star card. Just a 4 mana 2/6 stone. We know it's very good against aggressive decks, and getting to 10 mana, getting a 4 mana 12/6 stone, that's a big threat. And if they can't deal with it, because it has 6 health, it just kills you. So 3 stars, very good. Loose Specimen, 5 mana 6 speaks. Battlecry deals 6 damage, randomly split among other friendly minions. 2 stars. 5 mana 6 that deal 6 damage to your things. Not good, but if you can get some synergy out of it, then yeah, it's pretty nice. And you still play a 5 mana 6/6, so it's not worthless. So that's like 2 stars. Good synergy. With some other cards, it worked. EMP Operative, 5 mana 3/3, battlecry, destroy a mech. I think it's like a 3-star card, just because if mechs are really good, this card is really good. It's more like a tech card. It's a tech card that if you tech correctly, it's amazing. So yeah, 3 stars, not much to talk here. Seaphorium Bomber, 5 mana 5/5, battlecry, shuffle a bomb into your opponent's deck. When drawn, it explodes for 5 damage. 5 mana 5/5 that deals 5 damage to enemy face. That's pretty decent. Works with the Elec, so that's nice. I'll give it 2 stars. Just because sometimes you just play a 5 mana 5/5 that does nothing. At least the war gear is a mech when you do it, right? Because sometimes they don't draw a bomb, but they can definitely have some pretty nice synergy. Holomancer, 5 mana 3/3, after your opponent plays a minion, summon 1 more copy of it. Wow, this is horrendous. Wow, 1 star. No, this is so bad. Unimaginably bad. Bad. Every case, bad. Starliner, 7 mana 7/7, battlecry, if you control 3 minions with 7 health, deal 7 damage to all enemies. This is a prime meme card, 2 stars. In the worst case, a 7 mana 7/7, and if you can pull the miracle off with having like 2 other cards that have 7 health on the board, the effect on this is gonna clear everything your opponent, everything they have, and deal 7 damage to their face. It works with Mogushan Ward, or It works with Unpowered Steambot, no, that has 8 health. No. It works with Mogushan and works with like a Blade Master. You can play Blade Master, heal the Blade Master, a Starliner. If you have another card, so yeah, 2-star. Harbinger Celestia, 4 mana, 5/6 stealth. After your opponent plays a minion, become a copy of it. In an aggressive meta, this card is completely worthless. Like 99% of the aggressive decks gonna just beat the hell out of this card. And against control decks, control decks have like some minions that they play. So just because of 4 mana 5/6 stealth, sometimes you just beat your opponent with it. So I'll give it 2 stars. Very reluctantly, just kind of it's like more like 1.5. Yeah, 2 stars. Could work. We spent a wonderful 4 mana 4/5. Started your game with you started the game with 1 wins back. Wonderful decks. I can't really rate this card in terms of how much you'll win. It's gonna be like about 50%. So if Wingspan give you a deck that wins about 50%, I'll give it 3 stars, I guess. Sure. Just like, I love the fact that this card is pretty nice. Subject 9, 5 mana 4/4. You actually find this guy in Ajara. The goblin plays in WoW, so it's kind of like nice flavor. Draw 5 different secrets from your deck. This card has a lot of value. A 5 mana 4/4 that draws you that many cards, and usually good cards. And if you have like some way to cheat the secrets that you draw, I like it. I definitely like it. I think it's a 3-star card. In decks that take advantage of this battle cry, it's an amazing card. I'll give it 3 stars just because it's amazing value. Ziliax, 5 mana 3/2 mech, Magnetic Divine Shield, Taunt, Lifesteal Rush. In mech decks, this is like an amazing card. Just it's as good as War Gear, and it can also be played in like more decks. I'll give this a 4-star card. It's not a deck defining card at all. I haven't really seen like a neutral deck defining cards. It's like a 4-star. Like it's like a very good, amazing card for mech decks and in general. Mecha 2, 10 mana 10/10 mech, death rattle if you have no cards in your deck, and end battlefield destroy enemy hero. This is such a, it's just so hard to pull off. And based on just a 10/10, costs how much mana, you have to work so much for it. It's a 2-star card, but it has amazing meme potential. It's like Starliner, or they could be both actually good cards. Who knows? Up to Warrior, Eternium Rover, 1 mana 1/3 mech. Whenever this minion takes damage, gain 2 armor. It's kind of like Armor Smith, but costs 1 less mana and can give you more health, more armor than Armor Smith. So I'll give this card a 3 star just because it's a 1 mana 1/3, challenges the aggressive decks and gives you a bunch of armor. I think it's really good. Rocket Boost, 2 mana, give a minion rush, draw a card. You in constructed. This card, I don't see it ever getting played. It doesn't deal face damage, it only gives a rush to a minion. It costs 2 mana to give to a minion a rush. It's just so bad. And drawing a card, if this was 1 mana, give a minion a rush, draw a card, yes. But no, it's just horrible. 1 star. Weapons Project, each player equips a 2/3 weapon and gains 6 armor. This card is just amazing. 4 stars. The 2/3 weapon, 2 mana 2/3 weapon is just really good. You get 6 armor, so you can punch things. The weapon your opponent gets is meaningless. They deal 6 damage, will have 6 armor, who cares? You also control warriors, you have like infinite armor. This card is amazing. Omega Assembly, 1 mana discover mech. If you have 10 mana crystal, keep all 3 cards. This is better than like the Omega Defender, in my opinion. It's because it provides so much value for just like 1 card. In mech decks, it's just like 4 star in like a mech warrior deck or like a control warrior deck. 1 mana get 3 mechs? That's just amazing. Dinomatic, 5 mana 3/4 mech, that card deal 5 damage normally split among all minions except mechs. 3 stars. 5 mana 3/4 deal 5 damage to a creature. A better bomb lobber. In every way. This is just an amazing card. For control decks or mech decks. 3 stars. Security Rover, 6 mana 2/5 mech. Whenever this minion takes damage, summon a 2/3 mech with taunt. if you play this and he gets like Firebolt or like kill with one spell, you still get a 2/3 mech with taunt. A 2/3 mech, a 2 mana 2/3 with taunt. That's worth 2 mana in my opinion. A 2 mana 2/3 with taunt. That's a pretty decent card. It's kind of worth almost 2 mana. And if you can get like a big removal spell on this card, I think it's one very good if you get Manatize. Provides so much value. I think it's a 3 stars because it can provide so much value. Super Collider 1 mana, 5 mana, 1 mana, 5 mana 1/3. Whenever you attack a minion, force it to attack one of its neighbors. 2 stars just because it has amazing meme potential. Just if you beat somebody with this card, it's just kind of funny. But most of the time it's just bad. But when it works well, it works well. So I give it that. A Beryllium Nullifier 7 mana 3/8 magnetic can be targeted by spells or hero powers. Because it's a 7 mana 3/8, playing it standalone is horrendous. It's just like it's horrendous. It's really bad. I'll give it 2 stars. It also costs lots of mana, so 2 stars. I don't know if it would be that good, right? Dr. Boom Mad Genius 7 mana battlecry for the rest of the game. Your max have rush. I get 7 armor. You get a bunch of good hero powers. It's a 5 star. It's a deck defining card. You just slap it in anywhere. Don't give a shit. Just so good. Just so good. The Boom Ship 9 mana, summon 3 minions from your hand, give them rush. You can Omega Assembly Boom Ship, and that will be pretty good. If you have like a bunch of like big cards in your hand that you can't get out, the Boom Ship can just get them out, give them rush. I think it's a 3-star card. It's not that amazing, but yeah, I think it can have some pretty good synergy. Works well. Up next, Warlock Spirit Bomb 2 mana, deal 4 damage to a minion and your hero. 2 mana, deal 4 to a minion is very good removal spell, but take 4, so you're gonna have to take advantage of self-harming effects for this card to be good. So okay synergy, 2 stars. Demonic Project 2 mana, each player transform a random minion in their hand into a demon. Great disrupting potential, good like decent, I'll give it decent whatchamacallit, tech card, 2 stars. I don't think it's, I really don't see, I don't have faith in this card. So, but some cool synergy. Doubling Ip 3 mana 2/2, battlecry, summon a copy of this minion. 4 stars. This card is just amazing. It's a 3 mana 4/4 baseline that splits into 2/2s. That card is just amazing, and it's a demon, so towards the demon synergies, so that's good. And can also buff it with some other cards in Warlock. With Kelleset, you can get 3 mana 2/3/3s. That's amazing. This card is just very good. Soul Infusion 1 mana, give the leftmost minion in your hand +2/+2. 1 mana +2/+2 is amazing. So I'll give this card a 3-star. It works amazing with Doubling Wimp, with Serenite Chain Gang, and other things that spawn a copy. And if it works, it's a 1 mana, deal 2 damage if you're going with like a charge card or rush card. Pretty good. Void Analyst 2 mana 2/2, demon Defra, give all demons in your hand +1/+1. It's a 2 mana 2/2 that needs to die for its effect for hand buff, so I'll give it 2 stars. Has some good synergy. It's not bad baseline, but it's very slow for its effect, right? Another Soul Buster 2 mana 1/5 demon, battlecry, gain +1 attack for each damage your hero has taken this turn. It works great with the 1 mana 1/3 that deals 5 damage to you, gives you 5 armor. This is a 3-star card. It's because you can play a 3 mana 6/5, and if you like Spirit Bomb, it's a 3 mana 5/5. It's just a very good card. You can even tap. It's a 3 mana 3/5. It's decent. So yeah, I really like it. Omega Agent 5 mana 4/5, battlecry, if you have 10 mana crystals, summon 2 copies of this minion. You can Soul Infusion this. Get 5 mana 3/6/7. I'll give this card a 3 stars. If you get to turn 10, it's just an amazing play. Gives you a lot of value. It's not game winning because you can like eat a board clear, but only costs 5 mana, so you can do something else in the same turn. Ectomancy 6 mana, summon copies of all demons you control. 2 stars just because it's kind of expensive, and sometimes just you can only hit 1 big demon, so faces be better. But I do actually have quite a lot of like faith in this card to work with like some big demon turns. Just because it's that expensive and sometimes the worst manipulated, I'll give it 2 stars. The Solarium, 1 mana, draw 3 cards, at the end of your turn, discard. That's a 5 star. 1 mana, draw 3 cards, it's completely busted. Also has discard synergy. So if you like draw this, you play Solarium, you get like 2 discard synergies. You play the other card, then you discard those 2 cards and you get like a 3/3 on board if you're playing wild, or like you buff Brood Mother or whatever her name is. This card is amazing. Amazing in aggressive decks. Dr. Morgan, 8 mana 5/5, that's why I swap this with a minion from your deck. So I really like this card because you play it, it's a very bad turn, and if you kill it off, well, you pull something from your deck to the battlefield and put Dr. Morgan back. So I'll give it 3 stars just because I love this card and I'm kind of very optimistic for it. So I'll give it 3 stars. You have like cool infinite value ways to like keep putting Morgans back into your deck and constantly getting them back. And yeah, I have felt like if you play this and you bring like a big ass card from your deck, that's very good. Very good. I really like it. Shaman, Beaker Lightning, 0 mana, deal 1 damage to all minions, overload 2. 2 stars. Maelstrom Portal is an amazing card, but this is nowhere near Maelstrom Portal level. Okay. What was I talking? Beaker Lightning, just like infinitely worse Maelstrom Portal. Infinitely worse. Because it's a 0 mana card that has a pretty good effect, I'll give it 2 stars. It's not worthless. You could think about playing it. Elementary Reaction, 2 mana, draw a card, copy it if you played an elemental last turn. It's a better the rogue card. Just for elemental decks, it's just like an amazing card. And it can work in like decks that have like very few elemental just to get like some good copies of other cards. I'll give this one a 3 stars because it doesn't fit into every deck. It's just not very good. Amazing Nimbus, 2 mana 2/2 elemental, add a random element to your hand. 4 stars. I don't like this card because it's way too good. Just a 2 mana 2/2 gives you a card. It's an elemental. It's just element synergy. Ugh, it's like, why Blizzard? Bit too good. 4 stars. Voltaic Burst, 1 mana, summon 2 1/1 Sparks with Rush, overload 1. 2 stars. You get 1 mana, well, 2 mana, deal 2 damage. You can play it on turn 1 to get like a good board, so I guess that's it. You have the rush on them. If you can play this and then put like Flame Tongue in between, it's a 1 mana, deal 6 damage. Base alone, maybe I'm undervaluing it. Maybe it's a more a 3-star card. Yeah, okay, I'll give it 3. Okay, I say myself, I give it 3 stars. Pretty good. Storm Chaser, 4 mana 3/4 elemental, draw a spell from your deck that costs 5 or more. 4 stars. A 4 mana 3/4 elemental that draws you a very specific card. It's a Volcano, Uptank, Stormbringer, and like Bloodlust for your specific deck, just because that's some really good. 4 stars. Eureka, 6 mana, summon a copy of a random minion from your hand. It's like amazing like combo potential. I don't think it's that mini. I'll give it 3 stars. It works very well with Malygos. Why can't I say that? I know. You can play like 6 mana, get a Lich King for 6 mana. That'll be very good. Shaman has a bunch of like good spells early on. So yeah, 3 stars. Omega Mind, 2 mana 2/3 Battlecry. If you have 10 mana crystals or spells have life till this turn. 3 stars. It's a 2 mana 2/3 you can play early on. And late game it's a 2 mana 2/3 heal you to full. Pretty much Reno Jackson for 2 mana. Very good. Thunderhead, 4 mana 3/5 elemental. After you play a card with all overload, summon 2 1/1 Spark with Rush. It's not a deck defining card, like it doesn't define overload Shaman, but it's a 4-star card. This card is just purely amazing. Play 1 overload card, and you get 2 1/1 Sparks with Rush. It's just so good. This card is amazing. Does it define an overload Shaman? Not really. Overload Shaman does have like a card that's like, hey, if you play overload things, I guess you have like the Giant. The Giant would be like defines that deck, right? Man, this card is just so good. I'll give it 5 stars. I can't. Like, this card is just so good. Electra Stormster, 3 mana 3/3. Petra, your next spell is turn cast twice. Elemental. I probably give this card like a 6 stars. This card is just like double Bloodlust, double Volcano, double Lightning Storm, double Volcanic, everything. Double Healing Rain to fully heal. This card is amazing. The Stormbringer, 7 mana, transform your minions to random legendary minions. 3 stars. In any case, that Mimi is a random, like a bunch of random legendary minions that are already in play is better than getting like something from like the Piñata. So this card can have like amazing value. It works well with like Voltaic Burst and all of the other crap that gives you like some minions on board with like Thunderhead, spawns Sparks. Pretty decent. Rogue, a Lab Recruiter, 2 mana 3/2, shuffle 3 cards of friendly minion into your hand, into your deck. It's a 2 mana 3/2 that casts Gang Up, 3 stars. I really like this card. Has some great synergy potential, and it's also 2 mana 3/2. Very good. Violet Haze, 3 mana, add 2 random Death cards to your hand. 2 stars. It's not completely worthless. 3 mana gave you 2 cards. It's okay. Don't know why it costs 3 mana, but it's not completely worthless. So 2 stars. Crazy Alchemist. I think there's any 1-star card in like class things. Crazy Alchemist, 5 mana 4/4 combo, give a friendly minion 4 attack. So it's a very aggressive deck, aggressive card. You want to play it, the combo it, put Cold Blood on a card and punch face. I'll give it 3 stars just because it's very good. It's a very good aggressive card. Pogo Hopper, 2 mana 1/1 mech, battlecry, gain +2/+2 for each Pogo Hopper you play this game. 2-star card, kind of a meme, but I love this card to death. But it's a meme, we all know it, it's a meme. But amazing if you actually make it work. Necrune Blade, 3 mana 3/2, death rattle, trigger the death rattle of a random friendly minion. 3-star card, just a 3 mana 3/2 weapon that has some very good synergy with your cards, just very good. Yeah, Necrune Blade, just very good. It also has synergy with the next card, Blind Nozzle Crawler, 4 mana 2/4 mech, death rattle summon 1/1 with poisonous and rush. If you can Necrune Blade into the crawler, yeah, that's very good because the blade pretty much assassinated a creature. But the crawler itself is a 2-star card, has like good synergy, but it's a 4 mana 2/4 in the end of the day, and they can take care of the rush with Link on their turns. That kind of sucks. Academic Espionage, 4 mana, shuffle 10 cards from your opponent's class into your deck. 3-star card. This has amazing potential to synergize with like if the Myra's a stable element and other cards. Yeah, this you can like draw your entire deck. You can play this and you start drawing again. Just play like 1 mana cards. Doesn't matter if they're bad. Who cares? It costs 1 mana. Amazing like potential. Necrune Vow, 5 mana, trigger a friendly minion's death rattle twice. Because it's very expensive, 5 mana. If you're looking for value, what death rattle is worth getting triggered twice for 5 mana? Ugh. 2-star. I see the potential. You can combo with Leroy, but it's a bit more frame, so 2 stars. Myra's Unstable Element, 5 mana, draw the rest of your deck. I don't think it's a deck defining card like some other I've talked about. I think it's an amazing, I think it's a more of a 4-star because it's very good in aggressive decks or like academic espionage decks, but in that case kind of burning out of good cards, so 4 stars for aggressive decks. Myra Rotspring, 5 mana 4/2, battlecry, discover a death rattle minion, also gain its death rattle. 3-star. At the end of the day, it's still a 5 mana 4/2, so you can die to 1 drop. If you don't get a good death rattle card, the death rattle is meh. You get a card, that's nice. 3 stars, iffy. Priest, Topsy-Turvy, 0 mana, swap a minion's attack and health. This is like a better inner fire in majority of the cases, not all, but a good majority. You can also like do like an OTK combo with Topsy-Turvy and Test Subject, so that's pretty cool. But for like every like I don't know, 3 star, 4 star. How good is this? I give it 3 stars. No, yeah, I give it 3 stars. Oh, here's the thing I was talking about. Clone device. 2-mana, discover a minion from your opponent's deck. 0. This card is fucking worthless, and the fact that they printed this card at 2 mana is a disgrace. 0. Don't think about it. Dead Ringer, 2 mana to 1. Make Death Rattle, draw a Death Rattle minion from your deck. It's a better loot hoarder in those specific decks. In a Death Rattle centric deck. And it can also fetch you maybe more specific Death Rattle cards. I'm a very big fan of loot hoarders. I give this card a 3 stars. Test subject, 1 mana, 0 to Death Rattle, return any spells you cast on this minion to your hand. 3 stars. It's a better the Murloc from Paladin is better than that. It costs 1 less, and it only loses 1 attack. So yeah. Also, you can OTK people with it, top service. That's fun. So 3 stars, because by itself it's literally worthless. Extra arms. Give a minion +2/+2. Add more arms to your hand, and that gives +2/+2. 2 stars just because it has some good synergy with Test subject, and you can split the buff just because it costs 6 mana to give +4/+4. That's bad. Omega Medic, 3 mana 3/4. Battlecry, if you have 10 mana crystal, restore 10 health to your hero. 3 star card. It's a 3 mana 3/4 baseline. That's pretty good, and it has some really good effect. I like it. Not much to say about it. Powered Replicate. 5 mana, choose a friendly minion, summon 5/5 copy of it. So the way you play this card is it kind of works well with Radiant Elemental if you want a 5/5, but it's more like you play like a 1-drop or a 2-drop. You can power replicate a test subject with all its buff. That would be pretty good. You can power replicate like a 5 mana 5/5 with a specific Death Rattle or effect. That would be pretty good. But it's I give it 2 stars because most of the time it's like a 5 mana 5/5 nothing stats because it has a battle cry. So ugh. Reflex Experiment, a 5 mana 4/6. Death Rattle minions you play. Death Rattle minions you play cost 3 less but die at the end of the turn. It's a 5 mana 4/6 with some amazing combo potential, and I really like this card. I'll give it 4 stars because it can do wonders. Right, they can just do wonders. So I really like this card. Zerek, Master Cloner, 6 mana 5/5. Death Rattle, if you cast any spell on this minion, resummon it. 3 stars. Because it could be just like an infinite card that you just cannot kill. Like if they play Zerek, they power shield it. You kill Zerek, and then another Zerek pops up, and then you have to kill Zerek on the same turn you have because they're gonna rebuff it, like extra arms or some garbage, right? So good potential. Zerek's Cloning Gallery, 9 mana, 69 mana. 9 mana, summon 1/1 copy of each minion in your deck. 3 stars, works well with a bunch of Death Rattle cards, but you play it a 9 mana, you already draw a bunch of your cards. You play it and then you draw some more of your cards. That kind of sucks a bit. So it might be worse than that. I don't know. Let's see. Paladin, Glowtron, 1 mana 1/3 magnetic mech, 4 stars, amazing aggressive card. You have Glowtrons and the 1 mana 1 with Death Rattle. You can play that one. Then you can Glowtron it. You can play Glowtron and Glowtron, not Glowtron to this Glowtron. Too many words. Very good card. Auto Defense Matrix. 1 mana secret with when one of your minions attack, give it Divine Shield. In 80% of cases, would be a better stand down or whatever, get down. Noble Sacrifice. So 2 stars because secrets are usually bad. Let's can bring it out for free. Nice. Mechanic, 5 mana 0/5 mech. There are summon 8 Robosaur. 3 stars because if you can bring it back, or you can magnetize something or gear on it or something like that, this card is just very good. Crystology, 2 mana, draw 2 1/1 minions from your 2 1 attack minions from your deck. 3 stars. It's a 2 mana draw 1. 2 mana draw 2. Sorry. And 2 mana draw 2, and there are specific minions. So in aggressive deck you get your 1-drops, so you don't have them in your deck anymore. and you can get like some very specific like meat wagons to bring Mechanical X down out, and like Bolvar. With Bolvar in WoW, that'd be pretty cool. Another module, 4 mana to 4 magnetic Divine Shield Taunt. 3 stars, because it's very good against aggro if you just play it. It's even better if you magnetize something against aggro, and against like more like mid-range deck, you can play another module on a card because of Divine Shield. You can get a very good trade. I'll give it 3 stars. Shrink Ray, 5 mana to attack and health to all minions to 1. I'll give it 2 stars. It's not completely worthless. It's kind of close to it. I see it, a pretty good case for it, but like it's gonna be hard to fit in your deck. Prismatic Lens, draw a minion and a spell from your deck, swap their costs. This is gonna be a 2. No, it's gonna be a 3 stars because 4 mana, you draw 2. You have potential of you can get like you can either make a very expensive spell into a very cheap one, so you can get like good combo potential right there, or you can make like one of your big minions extremely cheap, get like some very good turns. So I can see it being very good. Glowstone Technician, 6 mana 3/4, Battlecry, give all minions in your hand +2/+2. It's an amazing value card. So 3 stars. It might be a bit too slow for the meta, but my meta is more important than yours. So who cares? I really like it. 3 stars because I love hand buff mechanic. Crystal Smith Kangor, 2 mana 1/2, Divine Shield, life your healing is doubled. 4 stars, amazing card because you can double your healing against any aggressive deck. This card is gonna, you can play it early on and it's gonna give you like 4 health. 2 mana 1/2 Divine Shield, gain 4 health. It's pretty dang good. It's pretty dang good. You don't even need to buff. You can play this and like heal yourself. It's like double that. It can provide massive value. Kangor's Endless Army, resurrect 3 friendly mechs and keep any magnetic upgrades. This card is just like the big wham finisher for any for mech decks. I'll give it 5 stars just because if you play this and you have like a Mechano Egg that's been magnetized with like a normal module of War Gear, you bring the Robosaur back, then you have like I don't know, like a Glowtron, or that you put like a couple of like magnetic cards. If you can get like exactly 3 mechs and you magnetize them really well, this card is like a game ender because it provides so much value, and the only way you're gonna get rid of this is like by like Mass Dispel or like Twisting Nether. Anything else doesn't cut it just because you're gonna have like gigantic mechs with gigantic health values. Oh my god, we have 3 classes left. Oh god, we're so deep in this. Alright, Mage, Shooting Star. 1 mana deal 1 damage to minions next to minions and the minions next to it. 2 stars, has some pretty good spell damage synergy, but standalone I will not add it to my deck. Research Project, 2 mana, each player draws 2 cards. 2 stars, it has a good synergy. You can play it in WoW with Choleric Oracle and like meal people, so that'll be kind of funny. Cosmic Anomaly, 4 mana 4/3 elemental spell damage +2. 3 stars. This is either a 4 mana 4/3 that deals 2 damage to opponent's face, and it still has a threat to deal more, or it just like buffs a War Clear or like a Shooting Star. I see great value on this. Astral Rift, 2 mana, add 2 random minions to your hand. 2 stars, just because it's 2 mana, you get 2 cards, so you don't really lose value on it. You don't really get value on it, right? Even if they are bad, you still turn a card into 2 cards, that's okay. Celestial Emissary, 2 mana to 1 elemental. Basically, your next spell this turn has spell damage +2. 3 stars, because you can very easily combo with any board clear to pretty much clear your opponent's board. It works well with unexpected results. Works well with like it's a 2 mana to 1 deal 2 damage to like a creature, so it's better than like the 3 mana to 1 deal 2 damage. Or it's a 2 mana to 1 deal 2 damage to the opponent's face. We have already talked that's pretty good. Meteorology, 6 mana 3/3, for each card in your hand deal 1 damage to a random enemy. So 6 mana 3/3 that Usually comes with like like it's gonna deal from 6 to 8 damage. So it's a better Cinderstorm that comes to a 3/3, that's pretty decent, or it's an Avenging Wrath that comes to a 3/3. It can like, if your opponent has like a bunch of minions and you don't have like your war clear, you can play this. If it has like one big minion, you can play this and like clear it and deal, or you can play this and deal massive burst damage. I like it. Unexpected results. 4 mana, summon 2 random 2 cost minions improved by spell damage. So 3 stars. Because Cosmic Anomaly and this is very good. Celestial Emissary and this is very good. In Wild it's gonna be even better with the Drake. You can like 4 mana get 2 random 4 drops, can be very high roll. Astromancer, 7 mana 5/5, battlecry, summon a random minion with cost equal to your hand size. 3 stars. Because of 7 mana 5/5, and it can get, again, it's gonna give you from 6 to 8 most time. You can get a 5 or a 9 sometimes, but like 7 mana 5/5 get a random 8 drop. Yeah, pretty good. Stargazer Luna, 3 mana 2/4, after you play the rightmost card in your hand, draw a card. This card is gonna be played in every single mage deck. 5 stars. 3 mana 2/4 draw card is bonkers, and you would run it in every single mage deck. So this can draw more. You're playing this. Luna's Pocket Galaxy, 7 mana, change the cost of your minions in your deck to 1. It's a bit too mimi for me. 2 stars, just a bit too much for me. I prefer the quest for Druid over this. Okay. Hunter, secret plan. 1 mana, discover a secret. 3 stars. It just goes very well into like a secret base deck or into like a secret paladin, secret hunter, not secret. Spell hunter. Sorry, you mean that. Venomizer, 2 mana 2/2, poisonous or a good. It has magnetic. This card is just bonkers. For like any works well of the works amazing with the thing that deals 1 damage to everything. I don't see how this is not good. I think I'll go 4 stars because it's one of the best mech cards. Bomb Toss, 2 mana, deal 2 damage, summon a 0/02 Goblin Bomb. 3 stars, 2 mana, 2. It's a better Arcane Shot in every case. Just because, why would you want Arcane Shot when you have like Bomb Toss? It has Bomb Synergy, so I kinda like it. Cybertech Chip, 2 mana, give your minions definitely add a random mech to your hand. These never work. So the reason like the 3 mana all your creatures spawn totems that has some synergy and they're already on the board, right? So that's pretty good. If Cybertech Chip is, it's just like, I don't like these cards. These cards are never good. 1 star. Fireworks Text, 2 mana 2/1, battlecry, give a friendly make +1/+1. That is definitely trigger it. This card is so good. 4 stars. A must put in any mech deck. Spider Bomb, 3 mana 2/2, magnetic, definitely destroy a random enemy minion. 3 stars. Works amazing with Fireworks deck and all the definitely trigger effects. You can play it and trigger its effect and kill something. And it's a magnetizer. Goblin Plank, 2 mana, give a friendly minion +3/+3 and a rush. It dies at the end of the turn. This card is... it pains me to say this, but I guess it gets 2 stars because it's 2 mana, deal 3 damage, so that's fine. Or it's 2 mana, get like a fancy death rattle thingy. Do I say it? Is it? Do I ever put? No, it's you know what? I'll refrain. It's actually 1 star. It fucking sucks. Okay, there you go. Almost said 2. My bad. Necromaniac, 5 mana 3/6. Your death rattle trigger twice. 3 stars. So 5 mana 3/6. So not the best stat line ever, but has a very powerful effect. And you can play this and combo it with Fireworks deck on like a Spire Bomb. That's pretty good. Boom Master Flark, 7 mana 5/5. Summon 4/02 Goblin Bombs. I'll give it 4 stars. It's because you get like an unkillable board, or else your opponent takes 8 damage to the face. Yeah, they don't want that. Flark's Boom Zuka 8 mana, summon 3 minions from your deck, they attack enemy minions, then die. 1 star. This is so bad. I hate it with a burning passion. I hate this card so much. Lastly, Druid Biology Project. 1 mana, each player gains 2 mana crystal. 4 stars. Put in every Druid deck that wants to go to late game. It's a 1 mana Innervate and gives you 2 crystals. This card is just bonkers. Landscaping, 3 mana, summon 2/2 treants. 3 stars, it's not as good as the aim, but it gives you treants, has 3 synergy, also 3 mana 4/4. Very good. Gloop's Sprayer, 8 mana 4/4, backlight, summon a copy of each adjacent minions. There you go. 2 stars because it's way too expensive. Even it has very good effect. Even if you only copy 1 minion, it's still okay. It's a 3 mana 4/4 that comes with a faceless manipulator that can only play it on 8, so 2 stars. Dendrologist, 2 mana 2/3, battlecry if you control a tree and discover a spell. 3 stars. 2 mana 2/3, discover a spell. 3 spells are amazing. This card is pretty damn good, but you do require a treant. And you don't have. I guess it works better in Wild where you have the 1 mana spawn 2/1/2 treants. Tending Torrent, save mana 3/4. Choose one, give your minions +1/+1 or summon 2/2 treants. 3 stars is because it can create a big board all by its own, or it can like buff your board for like some good burst damage or like buffs. I like it. Mulch Muncher, 10 mana, 8/8, rush costs 1 less for each friendly tree that died this game. Mech, 5 stars. This card is completely bonkers. It's just like if you get to like 6. If you get to 6, this card is very good. 6 mana, 8/8 rush, very good. 3, this card is broken, or like amazing, or like 0 is broken. This defines any deck that runs 3 inch because it's gonna be an amazing card. Juicy Psychomelon, 4 mana, draw 7, 8, 9, and 10 cost minion from your deck. 4 stars because it's a sprint that costs 3 less. It's a better sprint. It's a sprint that costs 3 less mana, and it gets you the exact cards you want. Dream Petal Flores, 7 mana 4/4. At the end of your turn, reduce the cost of a random minion in your hand by 7. Just because it's very expensive to play, it gets 3 stars. It's kind of expensive to play outright, but you can get some pretty cool, pretty sick turns with this card. Floop's Glorious Gloop. Whenever a minion dies this turn, gain 1 mana crystal. This turn only 3 stars because it can be like a mega innervate. But I don't think I should be better than that. Flobinus Floop, 4 mana 3/4. While in your hand, this is a 3/4 copy of the last minion played. 5 stars. This card is just stupid and just way too good. Alright, we got it. A bit over an hour. We did like the quickest review I could. So yeah, I can't wait for this expansion. Actually, it has so many cool cards and so many like weaker cards that I could have like a lot of fun trying to make them work. Which is what I like usually. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you on the BoomsDay expansion. I'll be there with a card. I think. I don't know. Probably I'll do it in the morning and I'll be playing it right away. So yeah, I'm just rambling. Bye bye.